Hey, happy Monday. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I just got back from traveling to Kate's house. We did her launch event. It was pretty awesome. She had a great turnout. There was a ton of people when we joined with a few other advocates too. So it was a lot of fun. How was your weekend? Hey, Jenny. All right, I'm just getting this up and rolling. Hey, guys. Leave a comment if you're on. I'm just making sure it's up. We just got back from track not too long ago and we got poured on. So I'm like soaking wet. We just had dinner, then we put the kids to bed. Let's see, so I hope nobody comes in on us. And I upgraded. I'm in my kitchen now. So we're selling our house and I had to put my card table away so it doesn't look embarrassing when we try to sell our house. All right, so it's on. Let me see what I can do here. I'm going to put this, let it sit somehow. Hey, Juliet. Glad you're on. All right, there, you guys can see me. All righty. Hey, Renee. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Alicia. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Kate. Good to see you again. Jane, Sherry, Sarah, Terry, awesome. Hey guys. Alrighty, we have a fun topic. Like I said, excuse me, I'm soaking wet from the trek today. Okay, so we're talking all about presenting today. Super pumped. This is week 3. Are we on week 3 already? We're doing the pipe. So first we did prepare, and then we did invite, and now this is present, and then next week is enrolling, and then the next week is supporting. So I'm like really excited. But before we go into the information, hey Tara, hey Becky, congratulations for an awesome March. Seriously, another amazing month. So every month our group organization, our team PV goes higher and higher every single month. So there's never been one month where we've maintained or we've dropped. So that means we're continuing to be in growth mode, which is amazing. And I want to give a few shout outs. I think we're working on the graphics that I'm going to be announcing the new ranks on my Facebook page. I think we're going to have those up by tomorrow. But I want to give a huge congratulations to Nikki Lynn, because she went platinum Nikki, I'm clapping for you, in her 3rd month of the business. Okay, so that's insane. So basically, I know. Can you guys give her some hearts or thumbs up? Because that is unheard of. Unheard of. I mean, I don't have the averages in front of me, but it probably takes at least a year for someone brand new starting, and she did it in 3 months. And she's never been in a network marketing business before. Yeah, look at all the love. I love it. So Nikki is awesome. I don't know if she's on here tonight, but I will just tell you a little bit about her story. She's a homeschooling mom of 8 children, and she is doing this business and rocking it. Okay, so she's really inspiring. She has she's been on social media for a while, so she has a YouTube channel and Instagram, so she connects with a lot of moms, but she has really poured her heart into her team, into her business, into, the products, into her personal development. She's always reading, she's always listening, she's, giving back and sharing everything that she's learning with her team. So it is awesome. So if you guys are new and you haven't watched my placement videos yet, platinum means you have 3 silvers on your team. Okay, so she did all of that. Her first month she went silver, her second month she went gold, and her third month she went platinum, and she will be diamond very soon. And so, again, awesome, congratulations. And then congratulations to her 3 silvers, because when you advance, you never do it by yourself. She obviously works really hard, but she also has a team that is also helping her. So congratulations to Jenny Watson. Okay, and that's her sister, and she is rocking it. She's done so many oil classes, and they did, traveling to different classes, and she's really got out there and has, her Facebook group and everything, but she's just really rocking it. Lauren Hopper is also a new silver, so congratulations. She's just again, rocking it. She came. They all just came full force. No one knew what the heck they were doing. They just said yes, and and they're all doing it. And then Amy Stampley is also a new silver on her team. So congratulations, you girls. You were just really doing everything that you're supposed to be doing and above and beyond. And again, even to get to silver, I'm like sitting on my feet here. Even to get to silver, the average time. Oh, what is the average time now that I'm drawing a blank on it? I think isn't it like 6 months, 6 to 9 months, right, to get to silver? And so they all did that with 3 months. So congratulations. And then congratulations to Joanna Jones and Candy Eccleston, because they just hit Premier. So I mean, that is just rocking it. We have so many people that are moving up in rank. And we have lots and lots of executives and elites. So I'm going to get all those up, like I said, tomorrow. It takes like a few hours to get all the photos and put all the names on it. But I'm like, I love doing it. So I'm going to be posting those. And I'll do that on my personal page. So I think I'm friends with all of you guys on Facebook. But if not, please friend me. Okay, you guys. So just pumped up. April is already looking amazing. We have so many people that are on LRP, and so the orders are already going through, and it is like seriously insane. So just to like share with you guys how important LRP is. If you get everybody on LRP, which we're going to talk a little bit about that next month, we say, and this is not about tonight. This is just chit chat here for a second. Our team, everybody in our team gets on LRP by the 5th of the month. Okay, so if you're an advocate, most likely you're on by the 5th of the month. We tell our customers by the 5th of the month, but before the 15th for sure, right? So they can get the free product of the month, the Oil of the Month Club, which everybody wants to be on. Like literally, it's like everybody wants to be on it. So if you have everyone set for the first week, which is ideal, then you know where your business is and you know what you need to do for the rest of the month. So for example, if you are at the rank of silver or executive or whatever, and all of your people in LRP and you hit silver that first week, now you know what you need to do to get to gold, or the next rank to maintain or to go on. So the average class, they say, brings in about 500. Isn't it 500 points? I think it's the average class. So if you want, I would say it's more like 300 to 500, depending on what kind of class you have, and we'll talk about that tonight. But think if you know what you have on LRP the first week or two, then you know what you need for the rest of the month, then you can just do the math and figure out how many classes that you need to do, which is like kind of perfect because we're talking about classes tonight, right? So anyway, okay, hi everybody, welcome. We have 44 people on live, so I'm really excited. So let's move on to the topic, because these have been going a little bit longer than I wanted. So I'm going to talk really fast. I have a few pages of notes here. They're small notes, but tonight's all about presenting. And actually, hold on. I don't know if anyone's commenting. Hold on. Are you guys commenting? I don't know if I can actually see the comments on here. Hold on. Can someone say something? Oh, I think you guys are. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I can't see them. Or maybe I could. All right, I'll come back. I can see the... Oh, hey, Alicia. I can see your hey, so it must just be really slow. Joanna, I just congratulated you for being Premier. Yay! Awesome. Okay, guys. Thanks, Kate. All right, I'm glad the comments are back. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about presenting. And next week is enrolling. So we're not going to talk about how to enroll somebody yet, but this is how to present. And most likely we're talking at an oil class, okay? So first of all, if you guys are on, please give a comment if you've done an oil class yet. And also let me know, has it been online? Has it been in person? How did it go? I just want to know, hey, Beverly, you're going to want to listen to this one. You're going to like this, this class. So let me know who has done a class, and let me know how many too, because that actually is going to help me. I want to kind of know where everyone's at. So the first thing that I want to say about presenting is you 100%, and this is what I believe, you need to start before you're ready, okay? Because think of it like swimming. You can read everything about swimming. You can watch YouTube videos about swimming. You know, you can practice swimming on land, right? Breathing and your strokes and whatnot. But until you actually get into the water and swim, you don't know how to do it, right? So that is the same thing with presenting. You can practice, you can watch, you can read, you can, do all that stuff. But until you actually do it, you don't do it. So basically, stop doing all the training and the reading and just do one, okay? That's the point of it. It doesn't take, it just takes practice, basically. So you have to start before you're ready. Nobody's ready. And, I'll be the first to tell you that I get really nervous. Well, not as much anymore, but when I first started, really nervous about talking in front of people. I just said, okay, so I say that all the time. I'm trying to work on it. I should put a big thing that says, right there so I don't look, right? Or so I don't say it. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember every little thing that I have to say, so that's why I always have notes. So it's like, I'm not going to wait till I'm perfect, though, till I get started, because I would not be started right now. So that is my biggest advice, is start before you're ready. You do not have to be perfect. You know more than they do, although you could have a class that they know it, and that's okay. You can say, you know more than me, I just started, and I'm really excited. They don't care about that. What they care about is that you are sharing from the heart, and you want to help them, and that you just want to help and share with love and share your own story, and you care about them. Literally, I'm telling you, yes, you can work on your presenting skills, and there are books you can read, and there are personal development things you can do, but the main thing is going out and starting. Okay, I'm glad that you guys have done so many. Awesome, I love it. Okay, and so there's a few oils that you can use to help you with presenting. Okay, so I've talked a lot about spearmint before, and that's the oil of confident speech, right? And I was actually just about to spray my mouth before this, and I forgot. But I make my mouth spray that I think you guys have seen. I just buy the little sprays and put a drop or two of the spearmint in water, and you could just spray it in your mouth. You could take a glass of water, drink it, put some on your throat, and it actually does kind of give you confidence. Also, lavender, balance, and peace are really good for calming the body. You can put peace right on your chest. You can put balance on your feet. Breathe in the lavender. So use the tools that you already have, right? The oils to help calm you down, or put the passion to give you the passion that you need for the class. So use your oils to help you. And there's a video on the TED Talks on YouTube by Simon Sinek, and it's your why, share your why. I think I've shared it in this video or in this group before. I don't remember. It might have been a while, so I'll have to repost that. And again, people, yes, we have good information, and we are going to share the information and compliant and all that, which we'll talk about, but people care more about why you're sharing it than all the little details. So if you have a really powerful story yourself, or you could use my story, or maybe you're just passionate about helping other people, or you're just excited about finding a non-toxic cleaner, or whatever your story is, share why you want to share it, and if it is a business reason, like, hey, I'm sharing this because I want to get out of my corporate job to stay at home, people buy why you're doing things. Okay, so that's really, really, really important. And the other thing is to keep it so simple. So you don't have to share, you don't have to try to be the doctors or the scientists or the people who wrote the books, right? So I use the Natural Solutions Guide from oillife.com. This lighting is seriously terrible, you guys. I can't even. It's like so bad. And then my hair, like, I keep looking. Again, you don't have to look fancy when you're doing any of your stuff, okay? So I use the Natural Solutions class, but I am going to start using the doTERRA class in a box because it has 10 class guides and it has 10 wild oranges. So they're 5 milliliters, but you get that. It's no PV, but it's $25. You get all that stuff. And when I do the classes, and you can ask Kate because I just went to North Carolina to do her class, we had it right in front of us. I had mine too, and I literally went, word for word, and we just copied, I just said what they said. If someone asked me a question, I just looked at it, and here's frankincense, and here's these things. Of course, you have personal stories, but when you are presenting, if there's anybody there that's listening that are thinking, do I want to do this business too? They are looking at you to say, can I do what she's doing? Okay, so if you start being all, memorizing everything and showing off your skills, right, of all the science and everything that you know, which is great, but that's not duplicatable. So they're going to look at you and say, wow, you're so awesome, you know everything, but there's no way I'm doing what you're doing, because they don't want to do all that, right? And I actually probably wouldn't want to do it either. I don't know all the facts and every little detail, but I do know how to look at something and share what I'm looking at. Okay, so that's exactly what I do. Hey, Emily. And Emily was at the class too. Emily, I'm talking about how simple the classes are, right? It's pretty simple. You just literally read the thing, and then you share stories. So when it gets to like the oils, and I'll share what I do, but I just share personal stories. So I even tell them at the beginning, okay, 1, thanks for coming. If the host is there, if you are not the host, if you're the guest, right, speaker, they will introduce. They'll say thank you for everyone coming. Then they will edify and introduce you, okay? Or if you are the presenter, you will edify your host, right? Vice versa, whatever role that you're in. And then I tell them, like, my personal story. This is how I got started with oils. This is why I like sharing them with others. Again, that's your story. And if you don't have a story now, just start thinking about it. Like, how did you get started with oils? Why do you want to share? What was that thought process going through your head? And, something that I say a lot is I just really do want to try to help other women take control of their health. And that's why I want to share the oils, okay? And I really want to give women natural options. A lot of people don't know there's natural options out there. And then that's my why. Of course, I told them my whole health story first, right? And then I share them why I'm sharing that with others and how I'm so passionate about it. And I want to help moms to feel the best that they can be, so then they can help their family. Because if the mom is down, right, the whole family's down. That's how it is in my house. So I want the moms, like the cup, to be full, right? So then they can go and fill the rest of the cups. I did a video on the cups in another video on my YouTube. You can check it out. But that's what I want to do, is help all these moms. So then you share your story, and then I even tell them in the class, you are going to hear 3 cool things about essential oils and 3 ways to use them. Then I'm going to share my favorite oils with you, and and if you can take that information home with you tonight, if that's what your takeaway is, then that's exactly, what I want to do. Just a simple class. I tell them it's a 101. They're not going to learn everything. And then you could say, and everyone here tonight will leave with their own wholesale account, so they can get their oils at a discount, the same price that I get it at. Okay, so you're telling them what's going to happen during the class. And then I literally go through 3 cool things about essential oils. At the end of like natural, then the safe and effective, I will literally read word for word, okay, but at the end of like the first one, okay, they're natural, I will give out a sample, a gift. Okay, I'll tell them in the beginning, there's going to be pop questions, pop quiz anytime. So you guys got to listen and kind of make it fun and interactive. And then once I get to the end of the natural part, I'll say, so what is one cool thing about essential oils, right? And I'll say, don't look, and we make it kind of fun. And they're like, oh, it's natural. And then I'm like, okay, great. And then we can choose which sample they want. So then when we're talking about the samples, you can say, well, do you want balance? Or what's balance? And we're like, well, it does this, this, and this. And they're all like, ooh, what is this? It gets them excited, and they learn about another oil as they're doing that. And then the next thing, they are, effective, or, the safe. And then you say, what's the second cool thing? And they kind of know they need to be following along. And then I do that again when you flip the page over. Then there's the 3 ways. And you say, okay, now we're talking about the 3 ways of using oils. Topical, or aromatic, topical, and internal, right? And so at the end of each one, after we talk about the ways of using it, I give out the samples. And people really go crazy over these samples. And they love it. It's interactive. It gets them listening. I know they're going to be trying to get their free sample, right? I mean, everybody loves free. And then in the Natural Solutions guide, they have a whole bunch of oils. And what I do is I actually just have my home essential kit with me. So I have the top 10 oils, and then I have that diffuser. Okay, and I also have my Essential Life book. But I don't go through every single thing in that guide because there's just too much. It really is. For a brand new person starting, that's way too much. So I say we're going to talk about the top 10 oils and how to use them. And I literally go through each one. Depending on the size of the group, I will pass that oil around so everyone can smell it. So last weekend, that's what we did at Kate's house. We talked about, for peppermint, like at the bottom of each thing, I think it's like peppermint, wild orange, and like frankincense are the ones they go through. And then I will have them try out the peppermint, right? They breathe it in, just like in the class that you guys have seen, the example class. And then the other ones, they'll just smell it. So they're all going around smelling it and talking about it and like, oh my gosh, it feels so good, and it really brightens up the whole class. Okay, is there a difference between the Natural Solutions class and the Essential Oil one? It's the same thing. Yeah, I just call it different things. You can call it the top 10 oils, Essential Oils for Beginners, Natural Solutions. You can make up any cool name, This is the basic class. So there's a whole bunch of other classes that you can do, but if you want enrollments at the end of the class, do this class. The other classes are good for people who are already customers or who are on LRP, and you're going to educate them on the other oils, like women and babies, or DIY. Like, I wouldn't start there because you want them to, you're not going to come to a make and take class as your first class because they're not buying anything. They're just, maybe if you want to have them buy their little $5 thing and they get like a few drops in it. But if you want sales, like oil sales, have them buy the Home Essential Kit. So I have all the oils lined up. We pass them around. Everyone's loving it. And then I just share a little bit about each oil, and if you don't know what to say about the oils, on the sheet and all the stuff that I'm actually talking about, if you go to our Oil Leadership Facebook page, the one that we're in, and you go to the top where it says album or photos, then albums, and there's a training one, and there's a graphic that has oil classes, and then on the graphic there's all of the links to everything that you need to do a class, okay? And there's a printout of, I think it's the same printout that Elise uses in a class. So you're going to actually get everything that she would present at a class. But also I have a link there to the top 10 oils, and it's 150 ways to use the top 10 oils. So you can bring a master copy of that if you want, so they can all be wowed by all the different ways of using it. But I just usually say a few and share personal stories. Like I'll say, I use Melaleuca for this or lavender for this. And the more you use your oils, the more you're going to have your own stories. If not, take a story from someone else's, or if you don't know of any, go read one on the internet and make sure it's, compliant. And then at the end, and we're going to talk about enrolling next week, but everybody starts with a Home Essential Kit. If they want extra oils on, I have them get that on top of the Home Essential Kit, because again, top 10 oils and the diffuser, they're going to want a diffuser if they're starting with oils. And so Juliet and Joanna, I know you guys are on. When I went to Chicago, we did the class there. There was like 20 people at the class, right? And then we ended up bringing our Toby scanner out, which I don't really do that because it takes a lot of time, and sometimes it gets, if you don't do it right, they will only get like 1 or 2 oils on the list. But what we did in their class is that we had them all buy the Home Essential Kit, and then they had to buy the other oils on top of that, right? And so I think, Juliet, how many points did that class bring? So if you want 20 people there, how many people did you invite? Because remember, when you're inviting, only like a third of the people come. We already talked about that. So I think you must have invited, how many people? I mean, you invited a lot of people, and then you had 20 people show up, and then a lot of people that couldn't make it, still you followed up with, and like in 1 month, Juliet's whole team did 7,000 points, and that was like from her first time, right? Juliet sharing the oils. It was insane because they had all these people inviting, and then they followed up. So not all the sales happen that night. Most of them do. I would say try to get them, but if they didn't for some reason, follow up, because then they do want to order, like they want to go home and think about it. Like your mom wanted to go think about it, but then she went and bought the diamond kit because after she thought about it, she's like, well, I'll buy the diamond kit, right? So but we had everyone buying the home essential kit plus all the oils that they wanted on top. So everyone left with at least a $300 or $400 order. Right, Juliet? That was awesome. Party. Class. Not parties. Class, right? I hate parties, but classes are cool, right? Okay, so I know I like to go on tangents, I guess. I gotta stick to the notes, but that's why I like when it's interactive and sometimes things come up. Okay, so one thing, but we're talking about being scary. Okay, Joanna said it was a great class. Yeah, Renee was there. Joanna was there. Good question, Krista. And what did Juliet say? You told all your friends? Yes, and your friends were inviting friends. And Juliet's was a party, so we pretty much hung out all day and drank coffee and played with oils. And then we had a business training. So a lot of those girls signed up as the business, and we went right into the training. So that. I am going to talk about that later, but when you talk about the business and that there is an opportunity, okay, you can say stay after the class, and then we will do a brief overview of the business, right? So that way, the people that do want to learn, you're not talking about the business during the class, but they can stay after. And that's what we did at Juliet's. We went out, and a lot of these girls too, they were advocates just starting. And so we started overviewing, we went over goals, and then we just went right into training. So if you have people that are interested in the business, have them stay after, and then we can start, getting them going and all that. Okay, so they filled out the form. So when it's at a class, we've always done where they fill out the form there, okay? Again, I have all the links on the page. I think that's in there, but if not, Google's my best friend. Literally, I would just Google doTERRA Wellness Advocate form or wholesale customer form, right? And it comes up. And all the forms you need are on doTERRA or Share Success, but sometimes I find Googling is the easiest. So I always have them fill out the form there because if they know it's an option to go online, right, then they say, oh, I got to go home and pay the babysitter. Oh, my husband needs me. Oh, I got to put my kids to bed. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I want to do some more research. I'll just go online, right? They have 100 reasons why they have to leave and go do it by themselves because they're like, oh, I'll just go do it, on their own time. Well, what happens? Then they forget. Or then their husband's like, what? How much are you spending on what? Right? And they're like, oh, yeah. And I don't remember now why I'm doing that. Because they've lost excitement, and it's not that we're trying to trick anyone to buying anything. Of course, we're not, because it's amazing products and a great deal, right? And we all love the oils. But we need to get them while they're excited, okay? And then you can also offer your own specials at any time. So you, first of all, have to know the doTERRA specials and tell them, tonight's special is, right? You don't need to say, hey, for the entire month, you get the special, because there's no urgency in that, right? People love urgency. That's why sales work, right? So tonight's special is, if you order the Home Essential Kit, you are going to be getting the Deep Blue Rub and the Deep Blue Roll-On or roller bottle. It's a $97 value, right? That's doTERRA's special that they're offering, and they don't have to know that it lasts for 2 more weeks, right? All they know is it's tonight's special, or you can say everyone tonight with the purchase is getting a free wild orange bottle, because, right, you got those for free, or your $25 in your whole kit, right? You can say free gift with purchase, or you can have a wild orange with maybe some empty roller bottles, or maybe you've made up a roller bottle and say, hey, this is a free gift with purchase. It doesn't have to be crazy. I have had the best success with giving a free Essential Life book, but I know that's a little bit more than sometimes you want to spend, but to me it's an investment, because the people who have that book actually use their oils, right? And the people that use their oils buy again, right? And it's creating a long-term, lifetime customer, which is what we want. We don't just want a one-time deal, right? We want continued orders, and ideally them joining us in business, and we're all healthy and financially free. That's the ideal, right? So that's why we have them fill out the forms. Then what I do with the forms is I go in to my own website as I'm a brand new person, and I go join and save, and then I fill out all the information for them. And there is a place to get a password, and you can just make the password capital P, password 123. Everybody gets the same password. Then they can go and change their own password, and that way you can keep track of all the passwords that you're making for people, right? So Juliet says, totally worth giving the book because all the people want the oils when they learn about them. Yep. And so with Juliet's class, it was so funny because we had the books there, and the girls. I bought the big box, and if you buy a box of them, you get them at a discount, right? And so we brought the box there, and we said, if you buy it, you could take the book home right now, and they wanted it. So they were all buying the kits because they wanted the book, right? And then they even went to a real party, so that we did our class in the day, it wasn't night, but then they went to like a party that night, and then they were all brought their books, and they were reading the books at another party, so then they were telling their friends about it, and that's how it starts sharing, and just really, really, really cool. And Renee says the Essential Life book is what sold her, right? And then so Renee went home and she showed her mom and dad, and then they joined as advocates, or her mom did, and then now they're telling people. So it's kind of crazy how it happens. But anyway, those books literally are amazing. So Ginger says, thank you for the class. Quick question. I know your Facebook has generated a ton of business in the beginning. How did you generate people joining and looking at your group? Okay, great question. So I just started my group in January, and so I joined September, and so I was already a platinum when I started that group. So I didn't have that group when I started. I did a lot of Facebook, and we're going to talk about, that's on my list. What time is it? I can't see the time at all, but I have that coming. So Ginger, I'm going to come back to that because that's here. But I in the beginning I did 2 or 3 classes a week. And most of them were online, but I've done them other places too. Okay, so funny, most of the girls at the other party are not customers or even advocates. Yeah, Juliet. Yeah, because that's how it goes. Okay, I need to have a sip. Wild orange tonight. Okay, so one other thing about presenting, I get this question, do you sit, do you stand, how do you present? And you can literally do whatever you want. Thanks, Shelly. Okay, I'll be quick. I always have more content than time. Okay, so you can sit or stand. So I've done them where I'm standing in front of, like if they're sitting at the couch, right, you can stand in front of them. You can actually pull your chair and sit with them if you want. You don't feel like you have to be presenting, teaching if you don't want. You can. Some people love doing that, and that's great. Or like at Kate's house that we just did, we had a huge table, and she actually she has free access to a clubhouse in her house. So we just had a clubhouse. I know some people have rented spaces out. Some people have done them at Panera. Some people have done them in their kitchen. Some people have done them in their family room. It really doesn't matter. In the summer, you can do at the park, oil class at the park, and the kids can play, and you can do your oil class. I know some people have done yoga and oils, and they've done yoga classes outside at the park. Again, in the summer, you're going to have to get creative. There's going to be a lot more kid involvement in the classes, I think, in the summer. But if you have a few people, you can sit around the table and literally just chit chat. You can still do this, but you can make it very conversational, right? Renee asked today what, for the size of the class, and I mean, if it's one person, it's a one-on-one, so that's not really a class, but if 2 or more, that's a class, right? So if you have enough people to sit at your table, sit at the table. I like to serve peppermint brownies, or you can do the On Guard apples, and then I like sparkling water they can put their own oils in. They can choose from lemon, wild orange, lemon, lime, wild orange, grapefruit. They can put in their sparkling water. Okay, I think that's fun. You can serve coffee, they put peppermint in there. You can use regular water too, but sparkling makes it a little fun. And then they can sit there with all the oils. They can play with everything, and it's just sitting right there. They can take notes. So if it's a bigger class, you might want the couch. If it's really big class, you'll be taking up the couch and the table. This is one trick that I know. So if you're not really sure how many people are coming, I mean, of course, you want to know, but have less chairs available than what you think, because when they come in, okay, so let's say it is what if you're hoping that you're getting like 20 people, right? And like 5 people show up? That's going to be really embarrassing. You have all these empty chairs everywhere, right? But what I'd rather see is you're like, oh my gosh, this class is so huge. I've got to go in the dining room. I got to get more chairs. Or like, oh my gosh, like I didn't realize so many people are going to be here. That's a better problem, and it looks better to make it sound like, wow, all these people are coming then versus like, where the heck is everyone, right? That's embarrassing. And so even at Juliet's house, because we had all those people, we were having people sit on the floor. We're like, sorry guys, you're sitting on the floor. There's no more space. So just always make it look like you're like undersized the amount than having all these empty spaces. You'd rather have standing room only. Exactly. Yep. And Juliet says, we thought that no one was showing. Yeah, we didn't know if anyone was going to show, and all these people came. And it was like a snowstorm. It was crazy. Okay, so one of the things on my notes is we sort of covered it, but talk about the business. You can just mention, depending, I've done classes where I totally forgot to talk about the business, and then sometimes I have done like a push for it, but I think a great way to kind of put the business in there is when you're telling your story, you can say, the reason I'm doing this is because I really want to pay for, our school, our private education, or we want to buy organic food. I want to use the money to pay organic food, or we have a goal of paying off debt, and we're using this as our vehicle, or we want to be financially free, or I'm going to retire my husband in 3 years, or whatever your goal is. You can put that in there. You can say if anybody else, has a goal, or you can say something like, if you already know their stuff, but if anyone else wants to leave their corporate job, or if anybody else is looking for additional stream of income, or everybody else wants to get their oils for free, just say a few things. Say, I'm going to be hosting like a 10-minute overview at the end of the class, so please stay, and we'll bring out some more brownies for you, right? And then we'll do a quick overview. And in the overview, you can do a few things. One, you can tell your story more detailed, tell our team story, tell a bit about why you're doing it more detailed. And then I would even open it up to ask them to say, what are your goals? What do you want? And so like with Juliet's group, we already had a whole bunch of people interested. So I actually started drawing out the circles, and we went over goal settings. But for a brand new person, you can actually have your build guide out. We talked about it last week, build guide. Or if you did want to make it more professional, on sharesuccess.com under the library, there's the build guide, like presentation, like what PowerPoint, if you wanted to go that professional. Or you can have your build guide out and you can just go through the pages. When Elise came here, we had people stay for that were interested in the business. And we just sat in the family room at Becky's house, and she shared her story. And she shared a little bit about the income potential, and just kind of gave a brief overview. So you're like, oh wow, yeah, I wanna do this. And so it's nothing like really crazy. It's just getting to know, do they want it, and then you guys can work on the next step, which we're actually going to go through another video on the process of inviting someone to join you in business, and then how to launch somebody in business. That's coming up in another series. So, one other thing, and then I'm going to go into something else. So if let's say you are not the host. So in the beginning, you're most likely your own host, right? But then you can ask your friends, can you host a class for me, right? Maybe you're going to give them a free keychain, or the free Essential Life book, or you're going to be giving them some sort of something maybe to host your class, right? And you're saying, hey, you're my best friend. Can you please help me get this going? And if they're your friend, of course, they're going to say yes, or your family or your mom or whoever, they're going to say yes to you. Ideally, that host becomes an advocate, or I would just pretty much make them become an advocate, and then anyone who is their guest, sign all those people up under them. Okay, so then they're getting the enrollment, and they're getting fast start bonuses, because yes, they'll get a free gift for you, but say also, you're going to get a paycheck from doTERRA, and I want you to get your oils for free, and that's going to be an extra bonus for hosting the class for me. And even if they say, I'm not interested in doing the business at all, say yes, but you will be getting a bonus. Even if this is the only bonus you get, it's an extra bonus for you. And that way, if you ever change your mind in the future, or if any of these people ever want to do the business, then then they are, it's on their team. There's not any weirdness later. We'll say, well, I'm the one who introduced them to oils, and then you got to try to figure out that situation. Just tell them from the beginning. If they're hosting, you really think that they should be even a share, you just sign them up as an advocate. It's free for them to upgrade if they're already a customer. If they're not a customer already, if they get an enrollment kit, it's the same price, but you want them getting a bonus, right? And if they are making money, more likely they're going to turn into a really good builder, right? And they're going to say, oh, could I have another class next month? And you can say, well, yes, actually, let's do another class. Or the people who said no, they can't make it, now they can make it. So that person hosting can actually become one of your top builders, okay? And they'll see over time that they're earning residual income because all these people will keep reordering. Of course, you'll take care of them. If they're not trying to build the business, you can take care of them, but your friend will realize quickly how awesome this is, and they'll want to join you, ideally, right? Okay, there's a few questions, and then I want to get to something else, like the 6 weeks to elite. Okay, Tracy, any quick tips to put people at ease that you're not just trying to get them to sign up? It makes you money. I find people switch off about oils as soon as they mention the business side. So perfect. And the answers in this book. I don't remember what page it's on because I could read it word for word for you. But basically, in the beginning, it like gives you exactly what to say. But so first of all, you need this book, Being a Starfish. But it like in the beginning, you say, how many, I can't remember exactly, but how many times have you guys been to a party, right? And you're forced into buying something, right? Everyone raise their hand, say, well, I'm not going to do that to you. I really want to educate you on oils. I'm passionate about this, and I'd love to share, some of the ways that I use oils, and you're not obligated to buy anything. I really just want to share. Well, then now all the people are like, okay, well, now that that's out of the way, now that I don't have to buy, now I'm going to listen, right? So that does happen. And so by you just telling them in the beginning, no pressure, I really want to educate. By just saying that, people are going to feel that you're not just trying to sell them something. And then by then, they'll probably more likely want to buy anyway, right? Because they don't feel sold to. Because people love to buy, but they hate to be sold to. But they love to buy. And once they learn about oils, they're going to want to buy them. So you could just tell them that. Say, I'm not just trying to get a sale. These oils have literally changed my life. I'm really excited about it, And if they don't order, then you can always follow up with them, or, at the end of the class, focus on the people that do want to buy versus trying to convince that one person who didn't want to buy. Because then you've lost the interest of all the other people that want to buy, trying to focus on that one person who's like negative. Just get rid of that person, and then sign up the people that want it. It's so much easier to enroll people that already want it. But at the same time, I don't believe in pressuring anybody ever. And if they leave without ordering, that's okay because there's follow-up. They're your friends. If they're not your friends and you don't know them, it's a really good idea to get a card, like a interest card. I've seen them online, or shareoils.com, I think, or maybe I think on actually on oillife.com, I think they have a new, not a class in a box, but a new like sort of in a box, natural solutions in a box, I guess, and they have little interest cards where they can put their name and emails and stuff in there. So you could even have a drawing once you're outside of your warm market and you're in cold markets of all these people who are having classes and you don't know them and you want to follow up with them, have them fill out the card with their name and email and all that, and now they're on your email list. Now you're going to friend them on Facebook, say, oh, I'd love to stay in connect with you. I'd love to help you with your health issues. Can we friend on Facebook? And that way you can follow them and say, I'd love to add you to my oil class, or my online oil classes, my online oil group, because if you have your own group too, right, then they can go and get more information, and you're kind of like just putting them through the funnel, so you're not losing them, and if you have the Atovi, Emily, you can get their emails that way. Okay, I don't know what I did to my hair. Okay, so 6 weeks to elite. So a lot of times I have talked about this. If we've got on the phone, you've heard me talk about this before, where in the beginning there's an option to get to an elite in 6 weeks. We say 6 weeks to elite. And not everybody's ready for this, but let me tell you exactly what it is. So write this down. That, or Alicia, I know we're all cool here, right? So that's why we're all good. So thank you. Okay, so 6 weeks to elite. And really, you can do it the first 6 weeks that you start the business, or any time you want to do a jump start in your business, you can do this, right? So maybe in the beginning, you just started by using the oils and you're a really good oil user. You're your own best customer. Maybe you are your only customer, right? That happens. But you can jumpstart your business anytime you want with the 6 weeks to elite. And it is a little intense, but it will get you massive action, and massive action equals massive results. So you could pick any week to be your launch week. This is the week that you're going to go full force, okay? And basically, you're doing 4 classes in 1 week. And they're at your house most likely, but there's a trick to it. So this is what has been like ideal. Because sometimes, what's the hardest part of hosting a class, right? And it's not the presenting, it's the cleaning of your house, right? So if you can cram those 4 classes in and keep your house clean for a few days, and it's like getting the bottled or the sparkling water, it's making the brownies. If you just make batches of brownies, get all the water, get all your guides, make all your samples, you just do all of that at one time, and that's like the hardest part, is preparing for the class, right? But if you do all that and then you have the classes, you're already inviting, you're taking the same amount of time to invite, but you say, which class can you come? We have 2 on Thursday, we have a Thursday, maybe a Thursday morning, a Thursday night, like a Friday afternoon, and a Saturday morning. Which time works best for you, right? Because you got all those things. If they say I can't make one, great, you have 3 more that they can go to. So you're going to get people there, okay? Because you'll keep asking them until they say don't talk to me again, right? In a good way. But most likely they're going to come. They know you're excited. And like I said, it's over like 3 days. So you tell the family, don't touch the house. We are doing this, and that is it. And it's only those 3 days. You're maxing out the time. You have all the same stuff. It's the same inviting, the same follow-up. It's so much easier. So that's the first week, okay? Then you do 2 a week for the next 5 weeks. So the first is the first week, and then the other 5 weeks you do 2 classes a week. Ideally, these are at other people's houses that you booked classes from your class. So now you have these 4 classes, and now you're saying like, hey, I'm really excited. Can you guys please host? I'm launching, I'm relaunching, I'm doing all this really cool stuff, and here's a free wild orange, whatever, Then you do that, and after the 6 weeks, and you've done how many classes? You've done 8 classes, right, in like 6 weeks. The first 5 classes are the scariest, so you got those out pretty much out of the way at the first week, and then you're more comfortable with what you're doing, and at the same time you're posting on Facebook, oh, I'm doing a class, I'm doing this class, and all this stuff. So you're getting out there on social media, you're doing this, you're going to be elite. So that's pretty awesome. Okay, there, I gotta crack my neck. Okay. Oh my gosh, seriously. Okay, I only have a little, let's just change the time so I don't freak out. They're not half hour. These are longer, let's just say. So now I'm just going to take that up. So I'm reading the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, it's a great book. Actually, I'm listening to it. But they say in that book, they said frustration, really a lot of times, you put frustration upon yourself because the expectations are too high. Okay, so for me, I'm getting frustrated that I'm not doing my class in my time. That's because my expectation was to get it done in 20 or 30 minutes. So now if I just expend it to 45 minutes or an hour, okay, I'm trying not to go an hour, then I'm not going to be frustrated anymore. So we just changed the times. I'm not frustrated. Hopefully you're not either, and we're going to continue on because the next part is presenting online. Okay, so I feel like we can't skip out on this. But I do need more water. Before we move to presenting online, what questions do you guys have about a class? And remember, I posted, we have all of the stuff that you need in the oil, in the oil the oil leadership team, we have that whole graphic on classes and everything you need to know about the classes. We have a sample class that Becky did. She's an amazing presenter. She's like the presenter of all presenters. She's like the A+ of presenters, okay? So I'm really glad we have a recording of her. Really, she's like ideal. Like that's what people can strive to do. And so there's that, and then if you go to Natural Solution or the sharesuccess.com, the Natural Solutions class is in there too. Okay, but anyway, any questions about oil classes so far? How do we get people to come to our class? That's in the last week. You're gonna have to listen to the recording, Rebecca, and that's all about inviting. So you can cut the recording to that one. Okay, so one thing about not even just online, but in all, here's the deal. We are always presenting, okay? We're always presenting because people buy from people. I have said that before, and I will say that again and again and again because people buy from people, right? And so they're choosing to buy from you. So whether you're out at school, you are on Facebook, wherever you are, you're always presenting, and you're presenting yourself. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect, but you're working on yourself. You're working on health. You're working on being positive. You're working on being the person you're also trying to attract into your life, right? So that is another thing that we're always presenting. And how do I get people to come to my class? Rebecca, I do a lot more online than I do in real life. Now my classes that I do are if I'm going to somebody else's house. I've only done one in my house, and then the other ones I've done at other people's houses. But I do a lot online, and so it's the same stuff that we talked about last week, personal inviting, and it's just really making it personal. There's no trick to it. It's all the same things. Should our upline be our guest speaker when first hosting a class as an advocate? Okay, so Kelly, that's a great question. If your advocate is local, that would be amazing. The ideal is a 3-step process where we are all, even in today's age, not just our team, but everyone's all over the world now, so we don't always have our upline right with us, and that's fine. But ideally, if you guys are local, okay, or if you are the advocate now to your team, you just jump right into leadership role and you just pretend like you know what you're doing and you do it, okay? The advocate does the first one. Then the second one, you partly do it together, like half and half. Then the third one, the new person does it, and you're just there watching and guiding, supporting, helping, and then they're on their own, ideally, right? Because your goal is always to fire your upline. You don't ever need your upline. You are always your own leader. Everyone can be their own leader, and everyone can be the leader to their own team. So hopefully that helps. Okay, so how do you get your family to give you the time to present in peace? Mama 4 to another Mama 4. Yeah, so that could be hard. That's why if you have that conversation with your family up front, saying like, this is really important to me. This is something that I'm going to be working on. Either you get a babysitter, you have your husband help, you get a new movie and you put them upstairs, or, or we've done before where moms have brought their kids and they all played together and kept each other occupied while the moms talked. And so it really is just about not making excuses, but finding a way to work in your situation, because everyone's different. Everyone has a different situation with kids or without kids or with work or without work. And so it's really, instead of figuring how, this is, I've got these kids, how can I make it work? Can you trade babysitters with someone else? Like, hey, can you take my kids for a little bit and then I'll watch your kids? Or, you pay for a babysitter, or, you do it on a Saturday morning when you all say, hey, moms, we're all sneaking out for coffee, right? And we're leaving the kids behind with the husbands, or whatever it is. There's just not an easy way, because you're starting a business And some people have carried their babies in their hand while they did a class, and that's fine. You can do that too. Moms are really forgiving, and they know that, if you're a mom, you probably invite a lot of other moms, and they might be bringing babies and stuff, so you just kind of go with the flow. Okay, and there is no peace, Megan says. And that is the truth. Okay. Oh, and Claire, thank you. That is on my list coming up. But yeah, Claire has done, thank you, Claire, for saying that, because that was good. So Claire is really, 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 really good at this, where she has done Skype classes and launching of a new builder through Skype. So, and we've done Zoom calls for this too, where you can get on and do that. Actually, I'm going to skip it and I'll go right to that part. So, other ways of presenting online, which is what Claire was just saying, that if you do not live by your advocate, okay, they can get on and share video. Okay, actually, I made a video that anyone can use anytime. It's on my YouTube channel, that you can share it anytime. But you can have your advocate getting on a Zoom call or a Skype. I like Zoom and Skype because you can see each other. Okay, a Facebook Live, like they can see you, but you can't see them. And same with a Google Hangout. I think you can see them too in a Google Hangout. So anyway, Google Hangouts are great too, and they're all free. Yeah, she's done it for you last weekend. Awesome. How'd that go, Brittany? I heard it was awesome, and that you were on fire. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Facebook in a second, but ways to do it online, like we talked several weeks ago, I have this whole thing on groups, so I'm not going to talk a lot about groups. Oh, and Joey, Joey loves Zoom. I've done several Zoom video things with Joey, and Brittany says it was amazing. Yeah, and Clara is really, really good with that. And she also does a lot of Facebook events too for your class. So you can have your upline do a Facebook event for you. And you guys can ask me too. I actually already have mine saved. It's just automatic. I don't even have to post it. I just plug it in. I go to post my party. It's $10 a month, and I have my class ready to go, and it spits it all out. So that's why I have so many of those online classes. If they tag me, I'll go in and answer the question, or I'll like stuff, but it's all automated. I love automating stuff. Okay, so you can do a class in a group if you have a group, or you can make a group just for your class. Say, come to my private group. It's just, instead of an event, it's just a group. Okay, so you can do that. Or you can have a group where you're going to be presenting in this group, right? And make it say like, only if you're not enrolled already. So just so you're not getting tons of other people, and you can really focus on the people that want to learn. You can make an event for it. You can do a Facebook Live in an event, or again, you can do a post with a photo. So the ones that I did are the Essential Oil Academy. Okay, the automated thing, it's post my party. So if you buy your classes from Essential Oil Academy, which is what I did, then you can either pay $5 extra, they'll put them all into your post my party, or you can just upload them yourself. I think it's totally worth the $5, because if you're doing time versus money on your time, it's not worth the $5. $5 is worth your time. I switch out their photos because I don't like their photos. But that in the beginning, it's all I used was their photos, because I just really didn't know how to switch it out. I didn't really care, and I just did it. So they're totally fine. But then it goes in there, and it saves every single one in order. You can pick out the time that you want it to go. But like at 8 o'clock, this welcome is going to go out. And then 8:01, announce who's here. 8:03, what is an essential oil. 8:05, blah blah blah, and it goes on, and you can edit it, and you can schedule it out. So I have my Essential Oil 101. Actually, I bought all the classes. I need to start doing them more. I did them all in the beginning, and then the business exploded, and I got away from it, but I got to get back to it. And that's how I grew so fast. I was doing all those classes, 2 or 3 a week of those classes. But following up and inviting, like following up is the key. I got all the sales mostly on follow up versus the class. I don't know if I maybe got a few sales from the class, but it was all follow up when I got the sales. And then of course following up the people, having them join, and having them become an advocate, and having them bring people in. That's how it works. So, but now it's the Essential Oil 101, and I have it scheduled every week to go out for the next like 6 weeks. So I know at least one of those are going out every single week, and then I just invite people to go to it, and it's literally I did the work once. So, and I have to put the other ones in there, except for I have to change the photos. So that's what's taking up my time to do that. So, okay, so then the Facebook Lives are great. If you don't feel comfortable doing a live, although I like lives better because they're interactive, you can read the comments and you feel like you're having a conversation versus just talking to yourself. You can upload your own video on your computer and you can upload it to Facebook. You could also do webinars. You can do my Google Hangout and Zoom. They're totally free to do that. And Skype too. Although I don't know if you can record on Skype. I don't really do a lot with Skype, but Google Hangout and Zoom, totally easy and free. To do a Zoom, you just get a free account. Then you can. It's so easy. Just literally, you follow the steps. You don't even have to watch a tutorial. It's so easy. And then Google Hangout. If you have a YouTube channel, which you all I'm sure do, if not, get one because you're going to start doing videos and you want to upload all your videos you make, save to your phone, and you can repost it, or you can save to your or I would say save to your camera roll on your phone and your YouTube channel, but then start your YouTube channel, because once you've done a class, save them so when other people find you, they can watch all your classes, right? You can send it to a customer or anyone who missed the class, you can send it. Like seriously, I'm all about doing the work once and getting paid forever, right? That's why I'm in network marketing. Okay, so always think about your time and how you can reuse everything you've already done. So with Google Hangout, you have a YouTube channel, go to Video Manager, and then it will say Stream Live, and then you can start streaming your video, and you can save it, invite others to go watch it, or just do it yourself and record, so it's pretty easy. Okay, so last thing, then I'm going to try to be really quick, so like a couple more minutes, so hang in there. Okay, so this is about posting on Facebook. Again, we are always presenting. Every single post you do, whether it's about doTERRA or not, is presenting. And when people are seeing you post, let's say you have a business, they know you have a business, and if you're not posting, unless you have a really good reason of why you're not posting, I think you should be posting.
Agreed.
I think it's really hard. Okay, how do I phrase this? So if you don't ever want to post on Facebook, you better be doing a lot of work outside of Facebook to make up for it. Okay, that's a good way of putting it, because I have seen so much success from Facebook, and not just one part of Facebook, it's all of it, right? Social media is a form of, like, a way of presenting yourself, right? So first of all, the main thing is you need to be using it, okay? But what I mean by using it is being on it and being active, but it doesn't mean sign up, join, special. That is kind of salesy and pukey, right? Because nobody wants to be sold to. We talked about that. But on your business page, that's your business page. But for personal pages, this is what they want to see. Okay? Well, first of all, every post you do, they are deciding if they want to work with you. Even if it has nothing to do with oils, if you get on Facebook and you rant and you rage and you're negative and you say bad things about other people, you have, really, if you just say bad things and you just look like a negative person and have negative photos, I'm sorry, but people are not going to enjoy with you, and you're not going to attract the people that you want into your life, okay? Because remember, you want to attract a diamond or a presidential diamond. So what kind of things should you be posting to attract that kind of thing? Because they're just not going to come to somebody who's always complaining and whining, right? So think about that. Every single thing you post, people are deciding, do they want to work with you or not, okay? And I do an 80-20 rule. I don't always stick to it, but 80% of what you post has nothing to do with your business or your product. It is you posting your life, right? And if you're constantly working on yourself and you're attracting the person, you are doing things that would attract that person. You're active, you're eating healthy, you're posting positive quotes, right? You are living a life of intent. You're intentionally living, right? And you're posting those things. Doesn't mean you could never have a bad day or your Instagram and Facebook have to be totally fake. They don't. But you have to be aware of what you're posting, okay? You can be very real and aware of what you're posting, or turn a negative thing into something positive, right? So it's not just negative and then you're attracting all the negative things. Because what happens when you see something on Facebook or you post something on negative, everyone wants to come and complain, right? You've attracted all the negative people, and that's not the people that you want to attract, right? No, you don't. Okay, so 80-20 rule, 20% of the things you post about can be about your business or your product, and it is not on your personal page. Please do not post corporate stock photos on your personal page, okay? Because that is not personal. That is your personal page. Same with Instagram, personal. Your groups and your business page, fine. I do it too. But your personal page, they want to see how you're using the products personally. They want to see your recipe. They want to see a testimony. If you're reading a new book for business, or if you've met friends online, or you have an experience, they want to read and know about that. They don't want to know about special. They don't care, because when you're on Facebook, you don't even look at any of that stuff, right? You actually start unfollowing. So think about that. Like, you just want to share from the heart and add value. We are always trying to add value to someone's life. So when you have a really good recipe, that's when you post it into your personal page. Everything else, save to your group, right? And still try not to be too salesy in those groups. But it's sharing from the heart. It's being personal, sharing the ways you use oils. If you're traveling, share that. Share your friendships that you're making. Share quotes. Share, some things that you're doing in business, or goals, or thoughts, or again, personal quotes are really good, or positive or leadership quotes, right? People watch that. They're always watching, okay? Even if they never they are watching. It's weird. It's so true, okay? And then someone will come out of the woodwork and say, I've been watching you, and it's like, I didn't even know we were friends, okay? I didn't even know we were friends on Facebook, and now you want to join me because you've been silently watching me, because they will come. And stay consistent. So even if they're not liking and you think no one is watching, because sometimes I post all these cool things and I think they're cool, or people will like, and then I post a terror thing, no likes, except for you guys, of course, so thanks for the love. But guess what, they're watching, they don't know if they want to like it yet, because they're like, oh, I don't know what happens if I push like, maybe they'll try to recruit me. I don't know what they're thinking, but they're watching. So post, and they will come back. They always do, 4 months later, 6 months, a year, 2 years. I mean, I know you don't want to wait that long, but trust me, they're watching. So stay consistent. They will also watch if you quit. So they're watching. And make them laugh. Yeah, so people love funny things, okay? So yes, thank you. I'm not naturally that funny, so yeah, you can say jokes or find something. What's really funny are those are they memes or memes? I don't even know what they're called, but those things are hilarious. Okay, just love them. Joey says she needs to be better at videos, and the only way you get better is just by doing them. Let's see, we have one more question. I love the live video thing, but it takes up space on your phone. So then you can just, it does take space, you can just upload them to YouTube. I only keep a few on my phone, really, just because it does take a lot of space up. So, for instance, if you're going to be doing a video on top 10 oils, okay, so, because I did this and I really regret it, I did not save it to my phone. So now if I want to do that, I have to upload it from YouTube, and YouTube videos get less views than if you just upload it right to YouTube. But I'd like to reuse that video over and over again. So it's a video that you think you're going to want to use over and over again. You could save it to your phone. If not, you could always save it to YouTube. And the way I save all my videos to YouTube, you can save your videos to YouTube that you've done live without saving them to your phone. But only you can do that. So when you go to where you watch it on a computer, your live video, and then you click on it to make it big, and then they'll have 3 dots at the very top. Click on that, and then one of the options will be download video. Download it, and then you can upload it to your YouTube. So you don't have to save it to your phone first just to get it to YouTube. So that's what I do. Okay, Claire says, be an influencer in a positive way. Yes, and yes, you can't influence people if you don't grow your influence, right? So you have to do that. Yeah, you love quotes. maybe think of a question, but I don't use Instagram, but I should. Yeah, but don't go crazy. Focus on what you are good at and what you do like, and you can add on to that later, right? What did someone tell you tonight, Gayla? I don't know what. I just read it now, so I don't know what you're referring to. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with just one thought. Remember, you can be the best presenter, but if you don't have that relationship with somebody, doesn't matter, okay? When someone's coming to your class, it's always about helping the other person, sharing from the heart, and it's always relationships first, business second, okay? So relationships first, business second. This also goes to the other comment about sales. You know, if you just share that you really care, that's what matters. And the other thing that I'm going to add, and what did Gayla say? They had been watching and they want to do the business. Yeah. And Gayla, did this person like or comment or anything? A lot of times it's just out of nowhere. You're like, oh my gosh, because they're all watching. They're curious. And just think about it. You know, some of you guys joined right away, and that's awesome. We have a lot of that. But some of you guys watch for a while, right? And they're like, do I want to do this? Maybe do some research. But if the person they joined just stopped posting and never posted again, they're like, I'm going to go find someone else because they're not even active. They're not even doing it anymore, right? So you got to make sure that people know what you're doing. I don't ever want someone to come to me and say, I joined somebody else because I didn't know you were doing that. That's not good, right? People love to feel like they can relate to you, like you go through the same things they do. Yes, very true. And Renee took 4 months. Yes. See, that happens. And Renee, were you watching? That happens, right? They're watching. So this is my last tip. Okay, then I promise we're done. Oh, actually, I'll open up for questions. Okay. Are you talking about me, Ginger, that I'm so real? Or the class? Okay, so constantly work on personal development, okay, because you will become a better presenter. You will do all those things, but, you know, you have to start somewhere. So start before you're ready, and constantly just be working on yourself, right? You're going to attract new people into your life, the right people. You're going to be constantly getting better, you know, but you have to start somewhere. We're all on this journey together. We're all on this together. So work on yourself, relationships first, business second, start before you're ready, and just go out there, have fun, share from the heart. Thank you, Ginger. And just go out there and do it, right? You joined to do this, so go do it and inspire others, okay? That's what it's all about. It's going out there, sharing your story, inspiring others, and repeating. So, you guys, I have no idea what time it is, but thanks for sticking with me for a little bit longer. Do you guys have any other questions? Did you like it? Who's ready to do a class? If you haven't done a class, does this help you think you can do your first class? Oh, Cindy, you're just getting on. You're going to have to watch the recording. We're just getting off topic. I have to ask, Best Daily Face Moisturizer by doTERRA. I like the, what's the line called? The Virage line. Yeah, I was going to say Immortelle, but that's the oil. Virage is the best. Okay, awesome. You guys are ready? Yes, definitely. You're welcome. Thanks, Claire. Awesome. Hey, Alicia. Great. Okay, guys, and again, awesome job on March. Let's kick April's butt, right? Let's do all these classes and share oils with all these people and grow. Thanks, Tara. Oh, you've done 4 one-on-ones, but you're getting some classes scheduled. Awesome. You're welcome, Kelly. Welcome, Terry. All right, bye, guys. I will talk to you later. I can't wait to hear how your classes go. All right, see ya.